I am in the sandbox, and we're going to talk about the inventory table here. And I'll also add the purchasing from manage tables. And then we're going to search for purchase. Okay. Really? Purchase. Apply changes. And then we have the table in here. So we're going to talk about the inventory and the purchase order table. And I'm in your sandbox, so it's not going to affect your live. So first, let's go into our inventory, and we're going to see what parts we have. So we only have one part here, the miscellaneous, and that's the oil. We can do a key change to rename miscellaneous into something else. We can call that oil as well. Right. Let's go to the list. If we wanted to create, so this is the inventory list view. You're going to see all your inventory in here. If you wanted to create a new part, you're going to click on the plus sign here to add a new record, just like how you would in any of your other tables. Going to click on the plus sign here, and it will open up a blank form that we can enter our new part in. So the item number is going to be a unique name that you give to for your part. So I'll just create the first one. Will be air filter 1, and then in the description I'll put a more like a brief description on what that part is called. So not an abbreviation. So air filter 1. Stock item. If you want to keep this part always in your storage room, you want to be able to stock it and put this part in the reorder list, this box must be checked. So we're going to check this box so this item can be in the reorder list. We're going to talk about that in a little bit here. The reorder point is if the on hand right now is 0, so the reorder point will look at the on hand and see if it equals the on hand or it's less than the on hand, then it will reorder this item. So if our on hand is 2 and our reorder point is 2, then this part is going to be in the reorder list.
Okay.
The reorder quantity, how many do you want to order once that reaches the reorder point is equal to or less than the on hand? I want to order 2 more. The location here, we can make this a drop down with your location. So if you have storage room 1, 2, 3, 4, we can do a drop down of these 4 locations. We can create another field to have the bin number, the field number, bin number, the shelf number, rack number, right? So we can create other fields as well to specify where it is, or we can, if you have it like shelf 1, bin 2, and so on, you can also create a field and just have, if you have a certain way you name your part locations, so whatever you want in here. How many storage rooms do you have?
I would say maybe 24.
Okay. And are they're all in different physical locations or in?
Exactly, yes.
Okay. So are we going to turn on multi-inventory then? So it will have the each location will have its own parts separate from the rest?
Like a region.
Okay, so or are we going to put all of them together in one table here, the inventory table, and it's going to be one single location, but separated by the name to differentiate where that part is.
Yeah, for now, yeah, we can assume like one location or region. So let's say we have 3 main warehouses.
Okay. I'll send you a document or and also like an email with the documents in it that describe the difference between the multi-inventory and the single inventory, and it will tell you the difference between both, and then you can decide which one you want to go with and let me know.
Okay. Fair enough.
So in here we're gonna for this example I'll just do storage 1 class. You can specify or categorize your parts by like consumable, maintenance, right? Whatever, however you want to specify. And this is not mandatory, but you know, the more the information, the better. And then you're going to be able to also useful for filtering if you want to filter only, you know, consumables. You're going to be able to pull up that.
Okay.
Manufacturer, the MFR part number, the default supplier part number, they're going to all populate once you select the supplier. So I'll create a supplier and then I'll select it, and you have to have that supplier as default. So I'll talk about suppliers in a second. So we're just going to skip over that. You can add a web link, you can add comments, you can add a picture of your part in here. You can add the unit cost, so the average or just the price of what do you think this usually costs. And when we purchase, actually we can this price can be changed. We can also, when we have, if we have more than one supplier we purchase this part from, we can specify unit cost for each supplier, and I'll show you that in a second too. And then the unit measure here, you can put each, whatever it is, also for information purposes. Account number is the GL code from the accounting or the finance department. They provide you with that. You can put it here. If not, you can leave that blank. So if I want this part to be in the reorder list, a couple of things must happen. First, the stock item must be checked. Second, the reorder point has to equal or be less than the on-hand quantity. And we must have a default supplier assigned with this part. So I'll save the new record. And then the next tab here is called Item Suppliers. And here is where I can add the suppliers that I usually buy this part from. And I can have more than one part. And this is pulling up from the contact table. So we have one supplier here. So let's go into inventory and I'll attach the supplier. Add new record. And then from the supplier ID, I click on the magnifying glass to choose my supplier, and I can filter down from here. It'll show me the suppliers, apply change, and it should auto-populate with the information if we have that information there. but I'll just put anything in here so you can see that these auto-populate. And I could put the last cost that they charged me with for that part. So you could put and I'll make this part a the supplier a default supplier, so I'll set that as true. And I can save, and I can add other ones as well. From here, just do the same thing from add new record, and then the other ones, they don't have to be as default, just one. So once I have the item supplier, I can see that here the default supplier, this information auto-populated. And if I wanted to adjust the on-hand, right now the on-hand is 0. And if I click on edit, I'm not going to be able to edit that from here. Where I edit the on-hand of a part, we have to go to actions and then click on adjustments. From here, we have different types of adjustments. So by default, it just puts it as physical count. Physical count is if you actually went into your storage room and you physically counted the parts and saw a mistake there, and you wanted to do an adjustment on that, you will choose physical count. You have other types as well. Transferring in and out, so you could transfer parts from one location to another. You can do tool crib in, tool crib out, and that is if this part was a tool and you use that tool in a work order, so you're gonna choose tool crib out, and then when you sign it in back in, then you would choose tool crib in for the adjustments. For right now, we're going to do physical count, and then the adjustment quantity here, if you go up, the positive numbers will add to your on hand, and negatives will subtract from your current on hand. So I'll put 1 as our on hand quantity. So I have 1 right now. So this part right now is less, the on hand is less than the reorder point. So it will trigger this part to be in the part reorder list. So if I go to main menu, purchase center, part reorder list, I'll see my part in here. I have 1 part that needs to be purchased. All right, so you can see also another tab here called the 12-month part history, and this shows the history of this part from a whole the past year, and I can change that so I can just see today's adjustments. So I'll put from today filter, and it'll just show me here that I created that part today, and I made a physical adjustments to do an on hand of 1. And so it's going to show me everything here. If I go to work orders, and I will find work order number 107 here. It's an open work order, and I'll go to work order charges, click on add part, and I can I use this part right here, so I'll choose how many parts I use. say the quantity of the part, I used 1, the item number, I'll click on the magnifying glass and it will open up my inventory table. I'll choose that part, apply changes, and it will auto-populate with the price here from the supplier. And I can adjust it if I want to. And I have a button here, or a checkbox that I could check if I wanted to update the asset related part list. So if, and this doesn't really make a perfect example here because this work order is for fire extinguishers. So we don't really need to attach this part with it. But if this was an asset that will always use this air filter, I can associate this part with that asset. So I could know that this part is always using this, this asset always uses this part. Let's do the unassigned one here. So we have the unassigned. I'll do a part charge here of my filter. Apply changes. And I'll click on that button so we can see that this part now, the air filter 1, will be assigned to that asset of the miscellaneous asset. So I'll save and return because I'm done. And I'll go ahead and go to actions and close out this this work order. I'll charge out that part. Wait, which one did we charge out? That's the air filter. Is it pulling out the oil? Let me see. All right. So now, like we said, when we check that button, that checkbox, it now related these parts, both parts to this specific asset. Okay. Let's see. Let's go into this one real quick. And I want to charge it from here to see. All right. So it did charge it out. So let's go into inventory. Back into here. And we're going to see that the on hand now is 0 because we charged it out into a work order. I'll filter for today's date, and I'll see that the 12-month part history here updated with that it was issued to work order number 104, asset unassigned, and it used 1. So the 12-month part history is very useful to keep track of what happened to this part. And in the related assets here, you're going to see that the unassigned asset was related, is related to that part. So you can see it from here, the related assets in inventory. Or when you go also into assets, you're going to see that related parts, and you're going to see that part. The air filter here and the related part as well.
Okay.
And that's not gonna, this is, if you add it to the related part section here, it's not gonna affect the on hand. It's just for information purposes that this part is related to this asset.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. From purchase order, we can create a new purchase order here by clicking on the plus sign. It will automatically give it a PO number, and the supplier ID here, we're going to select the supplier we want to purchase parts from. Apply changes. And I can associate here the work order number that it's attached to, if I had one. If not, I can leave that blank. And I'll save. In related table, this is where I can add the parts I want to purchase. Click on add new record, and I can add from here as many as I want. So I'll purchase the first one. And then I could specify the quantity here and save. And I can hover over save to add a new one if I wanted. So I added one line item, and I'll add another. Click on the magnifying glass to open my inventory table. And I want to purchase this one as well. And I could specify here how many do I want to purchase. Just purchase one. And that's it. I could save it. It will auto-populate with the cost, but you can change that. We'll go back. So right now we have our part, the PO number, and it gave it a PO number here automatically. And from related parts, I could see the parts that I want to purchase. Once I can print out this PO and I can submit it to them, or I can email it out to my supplier. Once I receive the parts, I'll go back to actions and I'll click on receive. And I don't have to receive everything. If I didn't receive both parts, I can just receive one line item. So I can receive this part, put one in here, and I could leave this one open. And then when I process, this line item will be closed, this line item will be open, and the PO will not close unless I actually receive all items. I can from here also add my taxes and freight and all that. And I can divide it between both of them depending on the cost or the quantity. I can put the packaging slip here, and I can click on process, so I only received one. If I received all of them, I could click on autofill, and it will autofill all of them here. So process. So I received this one here and it was closed. This one is still open. And you can see that my PO status is still O for open. And I can go back, receive, and I can receive the other one as well. And then process. And now both of them will be closed and the PO will be closed once I receive all items.
Okay.
So when I go back to our inventory, I'll see that it updated. Now the air filter here has one again, since we purchased one, and 12-month part history. It will show me that I purchased it with this purchase number here, and I can click on it. It will take me there, show me the supplier and everything, and then it will show me when I received that part. Any questions so far on inventory or purchasing?
When we can we assign material or parts to a PM, to a scheduled maintenance?
Yes.
Is that done from within the scheduled activity? That's from there. Once we assign a part, once we create a part, then we can assign it there. And
Yes. Yes, from scheduled. So you're gonna create a part, and then from scheduled activity, you can. So the oil change here, when we can, and PM parts, you can see that we related that part here. That this part is associated with this scheduled activity. So when this scheduled activity generates into a work order, it will carry over the PM part into the work order, and then the technicians can decide if they want to use this part or not during the work order. So we assign it here from the PO parts.
got it. Thank you.
Also, another report that is useful for main menu, report center, inventory, validation report, valuation report. You're gonna see here the parts in your storage room. And so the item number, the description of the part, the location, where is it located, and what storage room, the on hand for each part, the cost of each part, and the on hand value. So I had two on hand. It will times this by 2, and then it will give me the total here of the on hand for the specific item, and then it will also calculate the grand total of all the parts in my inventory. So very useful report as well to have. Again, I got that from main menu, report center right here. If we go to our inventory again, and let's go to the air filter, we can go to actions, and we have the option to create a kit. Creating a kit means if I have 2 parts that I will always use together when I'm working on a work order, even tools, I can put them in a kit. If I have a screwdriver and a wrench, and I'm going to always use them, just giving a simple example there, I'm going to always use them together, so I can put them in a kit.
Nice.
I'll create that kit and attach that part to it.
Okay.
So when we're doing the work order, I can just pull up that kit and assign it to that work order, or I could even assign it from the scheduled activity. And they can just use that kit, and it will list in that kit all the parts that are associated in that kit. So you don't have to do one by one. I'll also send you a document on how do you do kits. Very useful. It's very simple process as well. You can also generate a QR code or a barcode label from here. You can print them out and put them on your parts. Here, so if you scan this, it will open up this record, the record detail. It will open up the information on that part, and you can also do a barcode label and print that out. Also put it on your part, and if you have a barcode scanner, you can scan that part and charge it out to a work order. If we go into our list here, I can do the same thing for all of them. Select the ones I want to print that out for. Oh, I don't have it right here in the sandbox, I believe. But yes, that's true. There's a report that I can create for you. In reports, I can create a report that you can print out multiple parts. What's it called? The barcodes. I can make a report to pull all the barcodes into one PDF, and then you can print them all at once if that's what you're going to be doing.
Okay.
So in inventory, is there any fields in here that you want to create? So we agreed that location is going to be the name of your storage room. How do you label your parts?
Oh, it's going to vary from one location to the other. We'll just have to deal with that later on.
Yeah, this is something that's field specific. It'll be a hard sell for them to get in the habit of doing this. This is a great resource, but yeah, gonna create a lot of habits. I also see we have a lot of stores that are operated by our volunteers and participants. So I think it could be set up in ordering things to be sold as a store. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll just deal with that. I know different locations do it differently. Eddie, we'll just have to.
Yeah, no.
If they want to use this, yeah, we'll deal with that.
Well, hopefully this training will be available to them directly. Maybe you'll do that
anyway.
Yeah.
All right, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah, and you have I see that you scheduled training.
Yeah, we have training.
Yeah, so you can specify that you want to go over inventory, and they can help you out with ideas as well. I think that's all I have for inventory and purchasing for today. I can't remember. I have to look at my notes about requisitioning. You said you would want to just see an example of requisitioning.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a feature we're going to use a lot, but yeah, just so we can understand it a little bit.
Okay. So requisitioning, I'll definitely show you an example. I have it in my demo. And if you're gonna use it, we have to turn it on. It's not a feature that is on already. I have to turn it on for you. So I have it in my demo. I'll demonstrate there. And the idea of requisitioning is if you have approver groups that will approve certain amount of POs, like if you have one approver that can approve up to like $100 worth of parts, then it will go to them. And then if you have another approver that like $2,000, and if the part reorder list has items that are $2,000 or higher, that will go to that person. So it needs, like, if you needed to go through that process of approvers before you can purchase the parts, then that's requisitioning. And I'll show you the example. We're gonna go through it next week. It shouldn't take that long. And then we're gonna talk about projects as well. And task procedures and PMs. If, like I said, you have some of them ready, just send that over. I can look at it and just to let you know if you're going in the right direction there. And then for your Fluke Mobile, I was going to let me see, give me 1 second. Let me open up here. You have 36 Fluke Mobile accounts. If you want to start, do you know the accounts or the users that are going to be using them?
Not all of them. I know some.
Okay. So if you want to give me some, because it's gonna take a lot to create. So if you want to give me the full name and their email address, and I could start creating them for you.
Okay.
And I'll enable Fluke Mobile and Fluke Mobile settings for you. I'll send you the PowerPoint on how do you download the app and what you should do after you download the app. And we can also, if you needed help with that, because I'm not able to do that myself from my account, so you're gonna have to do it yourself, but I can walk you through it. Like, we can do like a 15-minute call, just me and you, Sam, and then I'll walk you through it. I'll tell you, click here, do this, do that, and then we're gonna take from there. It's gonna be, it shouldn't be that hard at all to set up Fluke Mobile and configure it. And if we needed, we can schedule also another call to demonstrate Fluke Mobile. We can do that. It's not in our timeline here, but we can find time for it.
Okay, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, so we can do it on like after week 7. Right here, this week we're gonna talk about interactive mapping, and I can add Fluke instead of text select. Text select is you're not gonna be using that anyway. This is right here, data center, this version. You as an admin and all the full users, they have access to this. So when they're logging into eMaint from their phone, they're gonna see text select. This is what they're gonna see. You're gonna be able to you're gonna see the work order request, work order table, the parts table. If you're gonna, you can add your meter readings from here. Just the contacts, assets. You can have a lot of tables in here that you can access. Just a different version of eMaint using when you're logging into your phone. So this is not the app. This is just when you log in from your phone using your account, your desktop account. This is what you will see. So we can take a look at it. We can add Fluke.
And did I hear correct that the text select is available for the holders of the administrative license?
Yes. So any full user has the text select version.
Okay, great, great.
But it's not an app though. It's just when you're logging into eMaint from your phone. That's what you're gonna see. But the Fluke mobile users, the ones that have the app, they don't have access to desktop. They're not gonna be able to log unless you purchase an add-on that allows them to access both the desktop and Fluke mobile.
Okay.
So we can add Fluke mobile in here. I'll demonstrate Fluke mobile app. How do you log in? What will you see? From there as well. And I can open up the app here on the desktop, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So when you're demonstrating to your technicians, you can demonstrate on a desktop and show them what the app looks like. I might not have it access right now, but so I'll give you this right here, this this URL. So you can see this is when they download the app on their phone, and they click on the app, this is what they will see. And I'll send a PowerPoint on that so you can follow. First thing they're gonna do is go to settings, and under the server here, they're gonna put their server. And I'll send you the server so you can. This is my server. But yours will be the same exact, but instead of Asma demo, it will say Savita H instead. And that's you. And I'll send that for you too. You don't have to remember it. So the only thing they need to do is just add the server, save and then put the username, the username and password that I'll send you for each account. And you log in. And I'll show you this again on week 8 there. So this is what they will see. And I'll demonstrate that this is the app. This is what the app looks like. You're gonna see all the work orders here, and all the different tables that you give them permissions to see. They're gonna see from here. So I see the work order table, the asset table, and the work request table.
Okay.
But I'll demonstrate that. I'll go over this on week 8. It shouldn't be that take much time. But if we needed to do a separate call for that, I don't mind at all. We can definitely do that. All right. So next week, are we okay with same time? Like we usually do, or do you want Wednesday?
Yes, that's fine.
Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Friday also works for me, so if you like this time, this is really good. So if you want, anytime you want to change to Friday, let me know.
Yeah, might as well.
Friday better. Well, Wednesday works better for me, but It's up to you. It's up to you, Sammy.
It does work better for me as well, but I can make this work.
Wednesday it is then. We'll just move forward with that.
Okay, sure. And like I said, if you wanted to change it just anytime, let me know. I'm open with Fridays as well. All right, so I'll send the invite for you. I'll send the email with useful links. And I'll just be waiting for your data input sheet with tasks, procedures, and PMs.
Okay.
All right, awesome. And if you have any questions from now to our next call, just send me an email, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can.
Awesome. Awesome. I was able to open the work request form.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Nice. I like it. I see that you've changed the colors on here too. I guess our branding. I had a question. Is it possible to add a logo onto this form?
Yes. Do you see your data in there? When you click on the data, does it view the correct data?
I'm sorry. Which data?
When you click on, so right here in work order requests, the asset ID, if you click on the magnifying glass, is that the correct data in there, right?
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. And you want a logo on there?
Yeah, wherever we can put logo would be
Okay.
awesome.
All right. I'll put that in here.
And I believe I've sent you that, but if not, I can resend.
Yeah, I have it. Okay. And let me just check my notes. All right. And I'm still waiting on the email notifications for the work order when they are complete. What person should they go to, depending on the site? Remember,
The work.
yeah, the workflow.
Yeah.
Do you know the person that are assigned for each site?
We're still collecting that.
Okay.
Quite a few of them.
Okay. Yeah, just whenever you're ready, send them over. No rush. I'm just reminding you.
Yeah, sure. If we can at least do one, if you can show us how to do it, then
Sure.
we'll continue to upload it, because I'm sure they'll be coming in well after we're done here.
Okay. Yeah, sure, of course, and I'll record that for you as well.
Okay. Awesome.
So we have the work order completed and also the work order created. We want to send notifications for both work order completed and work order created to persons specifically assigned to a site.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. So whenever you're ready, send me. Sounds good.
Hello?
Yes.
Sorry, you cut out the last one.
Oh, I apologize. No, I was saying I'll create both of these on a call, so you can see how I create the workflows, and you can copy, add them, and create the new ones.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Great, awesome. Do you have any other questions for me?
That was it for today. I was just want to check on the logo.
Okay, awesome. I'll do that right away.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, Asma. Anybody
Have a
else
nice
have
weekend.
questions?
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Asma.
Awesome, no problem. Have a nice weekend, everyone.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.